update call with the creator of MoveQuest. We're going to give everybody a few more moments to chime in with us. In the meantime, let's listen to our latest and greatest, which I know all you guys already love it, MoveQuest jingle. Let's get started. Let's go. You know what to do. MoveQuest in the house, time to break through. Lace up your shoes, burn it up, no slack. Toes on the rise while we're on the track. It's fun, show, hustle all day. Every step's a win, that's the MoveQuest way. Calories burning, we earn as we play. Earning MQT, no delay, no sway. Move your body, we on fire. To float higher and higher. Burn and feel the heat. MoveQuest, baby, get off your seat. Let's get it moving. Step by step, yo, rising up. Feel the rush, feel the beat. MoveQuest, the wheel, got you on your feet. Let's get it moving. We're burning fast. Every step counts, we're making it last. With every move, you earning grow. MoveQuest, baby, let's go, let's go. Hustle on the move, no stopping this flow. We're cashing in on stats, getting crypto to show. MoveQuest got the power, the future's clear. We're taking over, the time is here. From the sink to the gym, we're taking flight. Every move's a token and it's feeling right. Step, move, get in the zone. Crypto's on the rise, it's ours to own. Move your body, we on fire. Crypto going higher and higher. Burn and feel the heat. MoveQuest, baby, get off your seat. Let's get it moving. We're burning up. Step by step, you're rising up. Feel the rush, feel the MoveQuest, the building got your arm feet. Let's get it moving. We're burning fast. Every step counts, we're making it last. With every move, you earn and grow. MoveQuest, baby, let's go, let's go. Get on your feet, get in the game. MoveQuest, we're taking our lane. Crypto's going, no stopping this beat. Burn those calories, feel the heat. The vibe, every move's a win. On the line, MoveQuest, the power is clear to see. Earning every move, let it be. Let's get it moving. We're burning. Yo, rising up. Feel the rush, feel the beat. MoveQuest, the building got you on your feet. Let's get it moving. We're burning fast. Every step counts, we're making it last. With every move, you earn and grow. MoveQuest, baby, let's go, let's go. Getting more, we're burning bright. Crypto fitness, we got the light. MoveQuest the way, we're here to stay. Let's go, we're on our way. All right, everyone. Once again, welcome to our Tuesday night update call with the creator of MoveQuest. My apologies if the sound was choppy. I will figure out how to get me a mixing board to be able to broadcast audio onto X during these calls by next week or what have you. But nevertheless, I like that little tune. I got it in rotation in my MoveQuest daily walk to get me pumped and inspired about all the things MoveQuest related. As such, I'm pretty sure many of you have over the last week or two been extremely excited to see the movement in the charts, the excitement in the community. And I want to welcome those of you that are here tonight that have recently onboarded and joined the MoveQuest journey and this wonderful community. I want to thank you as well because you played a part in the growth and activity that we have been able to see. And for those of you that have been here for a while, I want you to really, really think about where we are at this particular point in time. You know, we've seen some great movement in the charts, and it didn't really take a lot to make that happen. You know, I want to say, and Miss Lynette can actually, chime in on this when she comes up, but I'm venturing to say we're talking somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 200 to 300 people over the course of the last month that has come in, and you can actually see what has happened with the charts. And I want you to imagine what that actually looks like when more and more communities find out about what it is that we actually have here. When more and more of us are
getting out and actually sharing what MoveQuest is, and people start, understanding, and those light bulbs start coming on as to what we have, what those numbers can look like. It's my light bulbs, even at this particular point, are resonating with the things that, Miss Artin has been sharing with us over the last 6-7 months about what this project can actually do. We've seen the price of the token go up, or what have you. And we've experienced, recent growth as well. But we're doing all of this right now with less than 10,000 people globally as a part of this ecosystem. And for me, I choose to believe that there's enough people around the world that would think the same way we do if they just knew about MoveQuest. So once again, I challenge the community to share, continue to use the ecosystem on a daily basis, enhance your overall fitness as well as your finances at the very same time. And before we bring up our esteemed creator, I also wanted to highlight one other thing that has also been a major catalyst. Well, actually, two things that have been a major catalyst in the growth we've been experiencing. Number one, we still have the Phantom Miner. The Phantom Miner is now allowing individuals to actually come and test drive, if you will, our entire ecosystem without having to acquire miners up front. And that is, one thing that is actually contributing to this growth as well. And people are I'm seeing people come in that have had the Phantom Miner for a week or so and seeing what they're able to earn on a daily basis and immediately go to, wait a minute, I need to put a multiplier on top of this because I see how it functions. Now I just need to add gas, not only for my physical activity, but I want more mining power as well, because I see what this can actually lead to long term. And secondly is the hatchery. Many of you know that the official cutoff time for individuals to join the hatchery was this past weekend. That window of opportunity is still open. As of yet, there's no official date when it's going to go away. Ms. Lynette may share more on that later. But I want you to really think about this. And I had a conversation earlier today with some people, and it just came to me. And again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, nor is anybody else that you will hear speaking today. But I say this to provoke thought and challenge you to do your own research and make a sound decision as to whether this makes sense for you to, consider as part of your portfolio or adding to your portfolio. But I went out and I looked at CDs, certificates of deposits with the bank. And here in the United States, the average 12-month CD pays 1.95% for 12 months. If you look at the high end, you're looking at 4.95% per year return. Now, I know some of you may have some banks that I don't know about with some instruments or what have you, but by and large, that's where things fall. Now, I want you to imagine, and the people that's listening to me right now, I would venture to say that, and I'm going out on a limb here, that less than, and I'm probably generous with this number, less than 10%, I'm sorry, of the people that's listening right now have an actual bank CD. But we bank with these banks every day. Why don't we utilize those products? They're not attractive enough. There's not enough coming back to us to make it worth most people's while. But if your bank called you and said, hey, we have a new CD product where you can put $1,000 into a CD and we're going to give you not 5% a year, but what we're going to do is 5% of whatever you put on deposit, we're going to give you that every month for the next 7 months. Not only that, we're going to give that to you in gold, which is an appreciating asset. Instead of cash, we're going to give it to you in gold, and you get to keep the actual gold. In addition to that, you're going to put $1,000 into this CD, and you know what? As soon as you put it into the CD, we're going to give you a brand new iPhone worth about $1,000, roughly. How many people would actually go to their bank tomorrow and get that CD? When you look at what's going on with the hatchery right now, when we put MQT into the hatchery, if you do the math, you're going to be looking, again, give or take a couple percentage points here, but conceptually understand where I'm going. You're looking at 4 to 5% increase in the number of tokens, that you're receiving back on a monthly basis for that 222 days. So let's just call it 7 months. You're getting, which is, if you believe in this project and you believe that there will be more than 10,000 people in this project submitting on a daily basis as time moves forward, especially over the course of the next 7 months, then we're going to call MQT an appreciating asset. If you believe that, not only are you going to receive that asset, you're going to get, just like you would with the CD, you get your money back. You're going to get all the money that you put into the hatchery back, along with that appreciating asset. But day one, you also are getting miners that you get to keep, that you own for life, that also have an equivalent value of what you deposited. And those have the ability to appreciate in value as more and more people come into the ecosystem as well, because you're able to use those to earn from your physical activity. And in the future, you'll be able to make passive income with those by leasing them. So the value proposition that the hatchery actually offers, in my opinion, not only is it brilliant, it's just flat out amazing. And that window of opportunity for everybody to be able to get what they put into the hatchery back. You'll still be able to get the miners. You'll still be able to get the digital rewards, but to also be able to get the money or the tokens back at the same time is going to go away. So we still have a small window of opportunity for those of you that have not taken advantage of that. And for those of you that are in a position to really go ahead and, maybe leverage the hatchery a little bit more, that opportunity is still there. And I truly, truly encourage you to do so. So I'm going to stop rambling. And once again, we like it when our creator, and again, there's not many projects that are out there, especially in the crypto space, where people in the community actually have the ability to converse or hear from the creator of a project on a consistent basis to understand what's going on behind the scenes, what's being developed, how things are going, and so forth. So I really, really admire the creator of MoveQuest, Miss Lynette Artin, for the things that she does and how she's administering or managing this project. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and yield the floor to Miss Lynette Artin.
Hey there. How is everybody tonight?
Wonderful.
Hopefully everybody's doing wonderful. That's good. I'm finally getting my voice back and can talk a little bit. We had a really good event out in Vegas that I was invited to, that Nick Nesbitt, who's a part of a company called Send It, had put on. And flying out there, I don't know what it was, if it was the flight or if it was just my time to get sick, but I got hit with a rotten cold that just kind of kicked my butt. So I spent a lot of time in the room sleeping, but I made it down to do the, excuse me, to do the speaking event on MoveQuest, and it went really well. Super exciting group of people. I love actually interacting with them. You guys, they are happy people. Like we need to have them on our calls more because we need that happy mood to kind of rub off on everybody. I'm not kidding you. Everybody is smiling and they're happy. I just love communicating with them. It was awesome, even on their Zoom presentations. But it was a really good meeting down there. A little bit windy in Vegas. Just kind of give you some updates as where we're at. So Herschel is right. So let me explain the hatchery and what's taking place. We, a lot of people don't totally get the tokenomics of MoveQuest, but I got to tell you, they are badass. I mean, we've got the best tokenomics. So we mirror Bitcoin, but we've got so many perks. And, when Bitcoin was released, there wasn't anybody there managing. It just simply was 21 million Bitcoin would go into circulation, and it would start out with, 2.6 million per year, 7,200 a day, and then a halving every 4 years until they were all, into circulation. So, mirroring the tokenomics of Bitcoin, we were also able to, I should say, was able to, when I wrote the blueprint for this, was to be able to look at ways to make those tokenomics better, meaning don't oversaturate the market with too many MoveQuest tokens, because 7,200 a day, we would have been like Bitcoin. It would have taken us 4 years, to get to the $5 mark, where we've already hit an all-time high of $125. And Bitcoin, it took, I believe, just over 4 years to hit that mark. So I don't know if it would surprise everybody or not. Those of you who understand and have been in crypto, and get what the tokenomics are. We have been mining as of today, 268 days, been mining the MoveQuest token on the Avalanche blockchain. And up to date, 1,276,642 MoveQuest tokens have gone into circulation. Our ecosystem is so unique. And those of you hear us talk about it, a self-sustaining ecosystem. This means, okay, first I want to just put it out here like this: 100% decentralized, everything is on chain. Okay, it's not managed by human beings, it's actually managed by a smart contract. It does everything instantly, does it in real time. You never are waiting to receive your tokens. You make a call to a smart contract and you get them. The ecosystem can only buy MoveQuest. It cannot sell it. No tokens were allocated. Okay, it means I don't get a supply. The developers, the designers, they don't get a supply up front. Nobody did. So I have to mine them and buy them, just like everybody else does. Completely level playing field. Now, of that 1.2 million MoveQuest tokens that have gone into circulation, how many do you guys think are actually being held in wallets today out of that 1.2 million? I know you guys can't answer me because we're on the AMA right now. Would you be shocked if I told you that there's only 258,963 MoveQuest tokens in wallets right now? That's amazing. Now, there are 347,294 in the hatchery. You guys should be applauding yourselves massively right now. 57% of the circulating supply is inside the hatchery. Our goal was to hit 60%. We're 3% away. 3%. This is powerful. What does this tell you? This tells you that at least 57% of our community sees the vision of MoveQuest, and they're holding those tokens for 222 days. Now, in the hatchery, that is an onboarding tool. You actually spend your MoveQuest for the first 4 tiers of miners. You can get the Navigators, the Trailblazers, Explorers, or the Vanguards. You can't get the Titans. You have to evolve 2 Navigators for 1 Titan through the evolution feature. But in the hatchery, you can purchase mint. Okay, you mint them in real time. We don't have them stocked up and send them to you. You actually mint them. They are an ERC 721 NFT token. Okay, so they also, excuse me, are a digital asset. Excuse me. Sorry. So, what I'm trying to get at is we wanted to make sure we don't run into a situation where there's not enough MoveQuest in circulation. We wanted our community who is holding to be rewarded with additional mining rewards. The reward the holders. I mean, your sellers, we need the sellers, right? It gives it a healthy buyer seller market. But you don't want to reward sellers with tokens because they're just going to sell them anyway because they don't have any concept of what the tokenomics actually are. What does it really take, to get a token off the ground, to get a project to stabilize? And what does it mean to be a miner who sells tokens when there's a demand there? So the hatchery is a way of rewarding holders, responsible token holders, responsible miners, people who see the vision, they get the concept of the project. And then the sellers can sell all day long. We don't care. We need them to sell anyway, right? Because if they sell at a lower market value, what does that mean? It means our holders are going to get the higher market value. You're going to get more bang for your tokens, okay, when they come out of that hatchery and you want to sell them. So you're getting 0.001846 MoveQuest per MoveQuest that you spent to mint your miners. Now, it was supposed to end March 31st, but then we have send us one of the groups and a couple of other groups who are working to get their MoveQuest tokens. They want to come in through the hatchery, and so we extended it. It was supposed to end on April 20th. However, we're only 3% away from hitting that 60%. So what I'm trying to do is hold out for a few more days so we can get that 3% inside the hatchery. That means that the 60% of the MoveQuest that's in the hatchery, you're going to get it all back. Okay, that'll never happen again because that's how you mint those miners. You spend that MoveQuest. That's the utility behind MoveQuest, one of the utilities behind the MoveQuest. You use the MoveQuest to mint your miners. Now, for example, as of right now, let's say you went into the hatchery and you spent 500 MoveQuest tokens to get X amount of Vanguards. Okay, that 500 MoveQuest tokens in the real, when the hatchery is actually the way it's supposed to be, you wouldn't get those 500 back. Those would now become liquidity. So you would earn the 0.001846 per MoveQuest. Okay, so it'd be 0.001846 times 500 every single day. And you would get, at the end of 222 days, you'll get the reward back, not the 500 MoveQuests that you used to mint the miners. So that's going to happen at any day. Okay. So as long as we see that we're getting close, which we are, I mean, how much closer we get than 3%, right? To having the 60% in the hatchery, we're going to wait it out a few more days and kind of let, there's still people that are waiting to get their AVAX and stuff from, Coinbase or crypto.com and Exodus, a couple other places. So we're trying to hold out for a few more days. And what this does is in the 222 days from the time you made your deposit, essentially you're getting your miners for free if you think about it, right? Because once we end that, you wouldn't get that MoveQuest back. You would get your miners, you paid for your miners. So you actually paid for them. But right now, you're pretty much getting all those Vanguards, if you're doing the Vanguards, at no cost because you're going to get all the MoveQuest back plus the reward. So to answer your question, I haven't done a hard stop date. I mean, if we hit the 60%, I could stop it tonight at midnight. I could stop it, 1 a.m., whatever time frame. Now, it's not limited to 60%. Okay, so when you'll see that when you go to your dashboard and you go to the hatchery and it tells you what the max amount is, that max amount is to the 60%, and it does change because you got to remember every day 2,500 MoveQuest are being mined and are going into circulation. So it does increase a little bit by bit by bit. Okay, depending on what's in the holders' wallets. So currently, we reached 363,754 MoveQuest in the hatchery. We would be at 60%. We're currently at 347,294. Okay. So that would give you a little update on the hatchery. It could happen at any time. But it isn't going to happen tonight. I can tell you that because we're not going to hit that tonight. But over the next few days, you'll see that. Now, everybody who's in the hatchery, of course, you're going to get all that MoveQuest back, plus you're going to get the rewards. But as soon as that changes, just remember that's the onboarding tool. So even though you're spending that MoveQuest, whatever day that does officially end, it is still amazing to be able to get that additional reward. So every day that you submit, the mining difficulty, it is increasing. Okay, from mining with your miners. Because as the community grows, that means that you're competing for that 2,500 MoveQuest tokens. Okay, so the more physical activity you do, the more MoveQuest tokens you're mining. But every time you submit, if you're in that hatchery, you get that additional mining reward of 0.001846. Now, for those of you who understand the hatchery, you've already realized, right? Those of you that got into the hatchery when the token was at the five-ish dollar amount, did you guys see it took more MoveQuest, right, for you to get those Vanguards? But what does that actually mean in reality? You're getting a higher reward because you have more MoveQuest for those miners. So, for example, I don't remember what the price was when I got started, but I'm getting an additional 1.73 MoveQuest per day every time I submit. But I do know that for somebody who did the same dollar value as I did, it only took them a fraction of the MoveQuest that it took me. So they were only earning about 0.59 MoveQuest per day. So the reason I'm explaining this to everybody is so you understand that as the market value increases on the MoveQuest, it takes less MoveQuest for those miners in the hatchery, which means as the market value goes up, the reward, the 0.001846 stays the same, but the amount of MoveQuest that you need decreases. And so that mining reward decreases. There's lots of perks when you get involved in things when the market value is lower. So you get some people will say, well, I'm not going to submit today because the market value of the token was only $5 and something. Well, that market value just tripled. So if you had been submitting, even if it was a flush for you, those MoveQuests that you would have been mining that you didn't mine has tripled the value today. So I just hope you guys realize why you always want to submit and why you want to come in through the hatchery because it's really increasing what your mining rewards are. And the reason that we went to the hatchery to do the additional mining rewards is because people who are in the hatchery are going to submit and they're going to stay engaged in the ecosystem and they're going to get those extra rewards. So it's a way to increase the amount of MoveQuest that will go out, but do it to people who are holding those tokens who are actually supporting the ecosystem and thinking about the rest of the community. You never want to oversell a token. when you're, in a project for the long haul, because you want to make sure that you're going to get the highest market value possible for the token. And so when people are selling now, again, it's a good thing. If they're selling at this market value, that means they're not going to have as much to sell when the market value is in the hundreds of dollars, and it will get there. It doesn't take that long. I'll be very surprised if we don't see $500 market value on MoveQuest before the end of the year. And that's just based on tokenomics, and I understand how the whole ecosystem works, and selling pressure, what percentages we're at, watching the trends and the algorithm. So it would not surprise me uh, at all, and not even not even considering that it would be anything less than in the $100 area, for certain, just based on the growth and percentage rates, and just looking at, because I'm a trend person. I like my spreadsheets and see what is taking place. Our liquidity pool, for those of you who are interested in that as well, is 73% fluid. Again, that is also very powerful, because you don't rarely see that with crypto projects. So, what does that mean to everybody who's here right now? Uh, that means that 73% of the community, when they're selling their what's in the wallet holders coffers at 258,000 tokens, that means of that 258,000 tokens, 73% of that community would get a market value of $15.34 to $6.99. Okay, this is saying that everybody is selling right now. If everybody that had those 258,000 tokens went to the exchange right now, this very minute, and said, I'm selling, 73% of the community would, what the market current value of $15.34 is, and if every single one of those tokens were sold, $6.99 would be the floor price. And then you've got the 347,000 tokens that are sitting in the hatchery that still has a floor price of $6.99. Nobody's holding tokens anymore. There's 2,500 going into circulation every single day. Everybody is still submitting. Now that liquidity is just pumping up. So when you guys see people overselling, don't even worry about it or even concern yourselves about it. If anything, put a smile on your face and go, okay, keep on selling, because that just means more for you. So when I look at there only being 258,000 tokens in these holders' wallets out of the 1.2 million, I'm ecstatic about that. Okay, that's a good thing, because 57% of our community sees the vision. They see the long term uh, of this project. They get it. They see it. It's got a self-sustaining ecosystem. Okay, everybody's engaged in the project. Everybody is actively submitting, and they're claiming, and they're doing everything you're supposed to do in this project. And that liquidity keeps going in. The market value is doing market corrections. I don't know if you guys realize that, and you have to understand it. Does it? Today was a perfect example. Nick, if he's on this AMA, he'll be able to attest this too. He asked me today. He goes, the evolution did yada yada yada, and I'm like, I wasn't at home today, so I didn't see what was taking place. So I said, hang on a minute, let me get my computer so I can go look at this. So the evolution and the ecosystem, it will do market corrections when you see the community go into like a selling frenzy. For example, today was ridiculous, in my personal opinion. When I see that, I'm just like, somebody needs to knock on a head somewhere and say, hello, what you doing over there? But good for them. And so I'm looking at it, and he was like, okay, so it removed some liquidity. So I want everybody to understand, when you see a removal, it's actually doing a market correction. Okay. It means that it's removing excess MoveQuest tokens. And then it takes that USDT and it buys the MoveQuest token. Okay. Now, when you see the community who's actively engaged and there's a demand there, the ecosystem will do a market correction, and it will take it back up to a supporting market value that the actual buyers have taken it to. Now, if the buyers aren't there and there's that heavy selling pressure, the evolution will not do a market correction. Okay. It's not going to remove liquidity and it removes it to get that MoveQuest, the extra MoveQuest out. Then it buys MoveQuest to drive that market value back up. And then it will add whatever is left back in as liquidity to stabilize the market value. So what Nick had said earlier, he goes, well, it removed, and I seen it did a partial buy, meaning it had money still sitting in there from the removal. And I said, okay, let me look at this. And I said, oh, okay, I'll tell you why. So it's people will watch that, right? And they think it's predictable, but it's really not, because the algorithm is watching for certain behaviors. So what it did was it seen that somebody had come right in after and bought $5,000 of those tokens. And it also knows that whatever that wallet is had bought $28,000 in tokens, had already sold 20, let's see, I think about 28 sold $25,000 of MoveQuest and was sitting, I think, at a $3,000 profit or something. So the algorithm in the ecosystem and all of the trends and watching, okay, it's taking all this in and it says, okay, it's not going to go in there and buy, because what it does is it looks at, okay, what market value did that wallet buy at? So it took it from, I think, $5.27, maybe up to $5.43 or something like that. So if the ecosystem would have went in and bought $10,000 worth of tokens, it would have drove it up higher than that wallet bought, and then that wallet would have sold. It would have taken out profit. But because the ecosystem and the algorithms are looking for this and it's paying attention to all this stuff, it didn't do a buy. It let that wallet bump up the market value, and then it added the liquidity to stabilize it at that market value. Now that wallet would have to sit on those tokens, or it would take a loss if they sold them. So the ecosystem and the algorithms are very smart, and it's looking for all of this stuff, and it stabilizes the market for the community. And that's why 90% of all of the engagement within the community stays with you. Okay, there's nobody here that has added liquidity. It's all coming from the use of the token. Okay, everything that takes place within the self-funding ecosystem is the supplier of the liquidity. And it also does market corrections. So I just want to explain that to people so you understand how it's very powerful. What this ecosystem does for the community. So it lets the sellers take it to as low as they want to, and it'll just add the liquidity, but it won't pump it for the sellers. But when there's a community that's engaged and that, there's growth, it will do those market corrections, and it will continue to keep that market value strong for the community who is holding those tokens. So, you guys, I don't know about you, but it's very strong. And there's only 258,963 tokens that the community could sell. And that is by no means going to hurt this project at all, even if every single one of those tokens were sold. Because your holders, who are holding 347,000 of them in the hatchery, are your responsible token holders. They're the ones that get it. They have the vision for the project. Those are the ones that will supply those tokens when the demand is there. That means that more than half of this community gets it. I love that. I'm so excited about that. You guys are awesome. So I love it that you guys are seeing the full vision. You're starting to understand the dynamics of this project, how powerful it is, how strong it is. And it literally is a community driven project. So you guys are doing very, very well. We are finalizing the rebranded app. We are going to be releasing that here in the next few days to all of you. Okay. Once we make sure that everything is functioning the way we want it to, we will submit it to Android and to iOS, and they'll both go into the Play stores. Apple Store, you won't need test flight once we submit it to Apple. That will be gone. But we are going to release it internally to the community first. So you will still, um, just update the app when the update comes out, and then you'll be able to see what the MoveQuest app is going to look like. We just want to make sure we've got a few solid days of using it, just to kind of really test it to make sure that everything is flowing the way we want it to before we submit it for final approval to both of the app stores. So we're super excited about that. We've got a few more announcements that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks as we get things moving a little bit in another direction. Well, a direction that we've been moving. But I just don't want to, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet. I'm going to give it a couple of more weeks to see where the development is on it. Um, but we've got a couple of major features that are going to be coming out that I think the community's actually going to really, really, really like a lot. Going to make it even stronger. It's going to make it, you guys, you'll love it. The leasing is ready to go. I just am having the developers. I just want them to hold off a little bit before we turn it on. I really want to see the community grow just a little bit more. I don't want to introduce, I think it's just a little too soon. So maybe another week or 2 or 3, we can turn that on. But right now, I'm just not sure our community is quite large enough yet. We need a little bit. We just got this little cliff to get up yet right now. It's moving up this mountain here. Um, we're just about there. I know when things are ready to be introduced, when it's a strong time, and we just need a little bit more time. We've got some really good community growth going right now, and so I don't want to introduce it just yet. We're close. We're real close. It's done. It is ready to go. We turn it on tonight. It could be there. But I just feel like, one, I really want to make sure everybody's understanding how to use everything. I really want the app, the rebranded app to be ready to go. I don't want to introduce the leasing a little early and then everybody has to learn how to do it all over again with the new app. I just really kind of want to get that feature inside the new app. You will be able to do pretty much everything in the app that you can do right now in the Web3s. The app is a lot more intense than what you see right now currently. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm leaving out. I don't think so. I think I got everything. You guys are doing amazing. The app is doing great. The project is awesome. And we've got an amazing community. I love seeing the excitement and people, coming together and really sharing your testimonials and the health results that you're having. I think I get more excited out of hearing about the health results than I even do about the money side of things that people are making with this project and the strength behind it. Um, doing very, very well. I just had something come to mind. I was going to mention it. Now I can't remember what it was. But that's okay. So yeah, I think that's all I have, Herschel.
Wonderful, wonderful. Once again, you've given us a wealth of information to really understand what it is, again, that supports what it is that we have here. I think everything was clear, at least to me on this end, as to where we are and what things look like and
What do
to
you think
expect,
about that, Herschel?
and what to expect.
Two.
Which
What do
part?
you think about this? The 200. I'm telling you, I'm loving this. 258,000 tokens is all that is being held in wallets. The ecosystem has absorbed almost 500,000 tokens. Now, you guys understand this. When the ecosystem buys that MoveQuest, it can't be sold until it's bought. That means it has to go in as liquidity first, and
Mhm.
then it has to be purchased before it can be sold. And so the ecosystem has acquired almost 500,000 MoveQuest tokens, leaving the wallet holders with only 258,000, meaning that the community is holding millions of dollars in MoveQuest that will go in as liquidity before it could ever be sold on the market. I mean, isn't that amazing? Herschel, like, think about that.
Very, very. You asked me what I think about. I think about how many more people can I actually that I know, like, love, or care about, that I can actually make sure that they are mining with MoveQuest at some level. And that's the thing I want people to
Mm-hmm.
understand. It does not have to be, people spending hundreds or thousands and thousands of dollars. We want the community to grow, and people can grow with the community. It's designed, that people can come and mine to earn their miners. They can see taking the miners, mining, right? Improving your health, acquiring MQT on a daily basis, and then turn around and taking that MQT and acquiring miners. That's healthy for the ecosystem. That is the actual utility of the MoveQuest token. So if we grow the community organically, or at least add that element more so to the way the community is being built, that just increases its long-term sustainability, puts more people in the community, helps increase the value of the token, and we're leveraging the hatchery, not just now, but in the future as well. That just shows, what the future looks like. And like you just said, 57%, based on what's in the hatchery, 57% of the people in the community are getting it. But we have to understand, after this one closes, you'll have the ability to roll those, continue earning in the golden hatchery as well.
Yeah, no cost. You just get to roll them
No
over.
cost. And that value, that again, that's still continuing to help maintain and sustain the value of those tokens, and they continue to grow. So I don't know of anything else out there as structured, as safe as this. This is not an overnight get rich quick type of thing. But as far as sustainability is concerned, in a real crypto project that's not a blockchain, I don't know if you can find another one out there.
I haven't been able to. Not that done it the right way.
Or whatever. I'm not saying that there aren't things out there that you can make money with. What I'm saying is, for as a viable crypto
Long-term
project,
sustainability. Yep.
man,
It's
exactly.
like a blockchain. It's just not a blockchain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Ms. Lynette, once again, we want to thank you for, coming out, spending time with us, and sharing the information that you've shared. We look forward to the continued progression of the platform, the continued growth, and not only that, the continued increase in everyone's overall well-being, fitness level, family life, and everything. Because it all, this, like we always say, this is a lifestyle. It's not just a project; it's an actual lifestyle where we ingrain ourselves in all, from all sides of it. So once again, we definitely appreciate you for taking the time out each week to come and share with us. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. In the meantime, everybody, appreciate you for coming out and listening. And I hope we can take it to the field and continue the growth. Until next week, everyone, we'll see you then.
Good night, everybody.